Aligning with your purpose. No matter what your political affiliation is or what you feel about everything you see going on in our country these days, one thing is clear. We all know we have a lot of work to do. A Course in Miracles is very clear in its teaching. For every problem that humanity can create, God has already provided the solution. My take on this? Get aligned with your higher purpose in the world. Yes, I know we have an election happening this Tuesday, in the US that is, and it couldn't be more crucial. Both sides are riled up. High schoolers, college students, and even millennials are heading to the polls. In many states with the most competitive and important races, the early voting is already showing both parties to be neck and neck. But what does this mean for us? Are we going to wait and see what happens? I generally do not think this is a good idea. Don't get me wrong. I'll be staying up late here in Italy just to see what happens for as long as I can. But waiting for others allows us to sit back and hope things will get better. And I truly do feel that our time has come to rise, all of us. Last week, when I looked deeply into the events that were going on with bombs being sent out and shootings in various places that were almost too horrific to believe, the first thing that came to mind was to ask the following questions. What is the answer to this? And what can we do? The answer came almost immediately, that all problems will be solved in the world when people are aligned with and fulfill their true purpose. The vast majority of women are still not there, still not stepping up into positions that can be scary and uncomfortable, but that they know they must do. This is because, in order to balance out the aspect of the masculine that is still unevolved, the evolution of the feminine must continue. Yes, of course, the evolution of some of the masculine is in place and continues. But we all know that the shooting events we've seen and even the actions of many of our government officials are displaying an outdated, unevolved aspect of the masculine that is scared for its own survival. And so it must act out in ways that enables it to try to save itself. But we as women cannot continue to sit back and wait for men to take care of things for us out there, as we have grown so accustomed to and were trained to do so. No more of that, please. Something inside of you is screaming out and telling you that what you see around you is really a mess, and something must be done about it to set it right. This is your will. This is your wisdom. This is your source of power and strength and connection to God. But what we have had to do in the past is shut that voice up, or else we were chastised, silenced, ridiculed, shamed, and in some instances, even killed. This memory of being forced into silence is in your DNA. I know that. I'm a healer. I see it all the time. But it is not time now to succumb to the past and let the future roll as it may. There are children, seniors, and families involved. Even the general health of our communities is being assaulted by this cancerous growth of fear of that lone gunman who has ramped up his ammo and his arsenal of machine guns, while our lawmakers continue to allow this with justifications that make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Remember, 78% of the American population want gun control, but we are not in control of our democracy anymore. This is why I return to the teaching from A Course in Miracles that says that as soon as humanity creates a problem, God's answer already exists. In this case, each and every one of us, man or woman, child or senior, would benefit greatly by simply getting into alignment with what each of us is being called to do in our own little parts of the world. In this way, you are aligning with God's plan for the solution to this problem and all the problems we have created. The particular challenges that women can face are redefining womanhood on your own terms. Your mother likely had to push her own dreams, goals, and ideas aside simply because that was the culture at that time. You learned from her what being a woman means, what your place is, how to stay silent and be, quote, nice, how to get along with others by keeping your own thoughts, opinions, perspectives quiet. It's time to put the past behind and reinvent your own definition according to what your heart wills. Taking care of the house, running errands, and otherwise wiping butts constantly, figure of speech please, and not to do with real moms needing to do that right now, of all those around you who can't seem to take care of their own lives. This is your excuse to stay away from a higher purpose. See that, and then you can correct it. They will figure out how to take care of themselves, and there is no better way for them to learn how to do that than that. Finding a network of support. Who do you hang around with? Do you have support going forward? Or are you surrounded by voices and opinions that say, quote, you shouldn't do that. You're thinking of doing what? Or any other dissenting opinion that wants to keep you down. Stop it. Walk away. You will find almost miraculously that when you choose to do so, you will almost immediately become surrounded by individuals who not only want to see you rise, but who will also do anything possible to support you in that. Our time has come. Let all the triggers you feel from events going on around you be the impetus for your own change. Energetic gemstones. Getting in touch with hidden emotions. All of us have them. If you know there is more underneath the surface than you really want to deal with, then guess what? You need to deal with hidden emotions. They never die. They just take a form that allows for the gestation of more fear, rage, and subsequently chronic disease. This is one of the reasons I often prescribe rose quartz spheres for my clients who I know have been running away from feeling anything for a long time. No, I know that's not you. Couldn't be. But listen, we are all collectively healing a lot of buried pain from the mother. Do your little part and heal what comes up for you. I made a special video about rose quartz for you, and you can find it in the link in the description. If you'd like to see this necklace in my shop, learn a bit by listening to the audio I created, or just shop around on my site, I am reviving my gemstone work and will be making plenty of new things now that I set up my jewelry table in my new home. Click on the link to see more energetic gemstone offerings. All my love and blessings, Suzanne.